Alright fellas, Frankie Day here on YouTube. Okay fellas, this is the second video for today, for Sunday. This is the arch arrival and the foe that sunk the CSS Alabama. The topic of this video is a winter build introduction of the USS KEARSARGE. Okay folks, this is going to be one of my winter builds I'll be doing this year to finish up on. So far I'm starting on a standing rigging on this thing. We're getting ready to get the shrouds on it. I've been on this thing off and on for about 10 years so far, and it needs to be done. So I can't see why I can't finish it this year either, along with the Denmark and the rest of the others I got going on right now. So I need to get these big babies out of dry dock and get them finished, so I make room for more joyous builds. Okay fellas, a little history about the ship before I show the video of her. And the CSS Alabama was a commerce raider for the South, as you all know, and she was a threat to the Northern blockade that was blockading the South. I mean the South from making their economy right and everything. And during the war, and the CSS Alabama was taking out a lot of tonnage. It was really collecting prizes right and left, and the North said we got to do something about this. And so they had the USS KEARSARGE. Actually, she was built by the same people, by Laird's and Sons, out of Birkenhead, England. Her hull was the same thing as that as the Alabama. So both ships were pretty comparable, but the only difference was their main weaponry was their guns, the Deldrum guns. The Alabama had 9-inch, and I believe the KEARSARGE had 12-inch. So they were pretty good. They were differential sizes in armament, so that was the only difference there was. And so the USS KEARSARGE was commanded by Captain John Winslow. Captain John Winslow and Captain Raphael Sims were pretty good chums at one time. They both shared the same naval academy they went through and everything. And of course, when war was pretty imminent during the Civil War during the South and North, Captain Sims took sides of the South because he had more sympathy for the South than he had for the North. So the rest is history. So the USS KEARSARGE was sent out to Cherbourg, France. They finally found word she was actually hunting down on the Atlantic and the South and the Gulf Coast, looking for the Alabama. They could never find her. They figured maybe she hid away in some kind of secret port. So the word got out that she was in Cherbourg, France, undergoing refit. And so Captain John Winslow said that'd be a good idea to go down and get her right now as she's being refitted. So the word got out that the KEARSARGE is on her way, and as soon as she reached the outer off the coast of Cherbourg, France, Captain Raphael Sims said it was time to do battle. So he mustered up his crew, got her way, and went to battle the USS KEARSARGE. As they made circles around each other, they were exchanging rounds. From my understanding, there was over 1,500 people that were out there to witness the sinking of the CSS Alabama. And lucky Captain Raphael Sims knew he had to stay clear away from the big guns of the KEARSARGE because he was outgunned by the KEARSARGE. He had to figure out some kind of ability to defeat the KEARSARGE. And by the time he tried to figure out what he was going to do next, during the course of battle, changing course, the KEARSARGE fired the lucky shot, which actually disintegrated the stern of the Alabama, and she took on water, and she went down by stern first and level even keel, and she rotted throughout over 150 years. She rotted at the bottom, and so the KEARSARGE became famous for that. So actually, incidentally, folks, as a technical note, for the last of the battleship wars against the wooden ships only was the KEARSARGE and the Alabama. They were the last of the wooden warships that actually went to battle as a dynamic duel to the end. Okay, folks, enough chatter right there, and we'll take a look at the USS KEARSARGE and show you the similarities compared to that to the Alabama. Okay, folks, here we go. Here she is right here, the CSS Alabama. I mean, the USS KEARSARGE. My apologies, fellas. Alabama so darn long, I'm starting to forget what ship's who. So anyway, we'll zoom in a little closer here. As you can see, the bow is similar to that to the Alabama, and you can see the artillery that she had. She had those 12-inch Belgian guns that they used. This is a wooden kit, folks. This is not plastic. This is not the Revell one. This is by Sterling. Sterling is an old manufacturer that started out back in the 1950s, and they went out with the Dodo back in the, I'd say probably about the turning of 1980. From my understanding, Sterling went out of business is because they had a huge fire that went into their main building and destroyed a lot of the stamping machines and destroyed a lot of stuff. These models can't be duplicated no more. So as a technical note, folks, these Sterling kits are dinosaurs. All that's left of the Sterling kits and what's floating around out there, and you'll find them on eBay. It's about the only source in the world where you're going to find these. Also modeled regattas, such as vendors. That's a second source. Other than that, folks, I don't know what to say. But anyway, folks, get back to the Alabama, of course. I mean, the Kearsarge, of course. And we'll deal a little closer here. You can see the stern area like that. I got the ship's wheel back here. Got the skylight. Skylight needs to be fixed up too. I need to add some glazings to it. This is all wood, folks, not plastic. All wood. Wooden wire. Here's your boat davits right here. And you got your 32 pounders on the sides over here. They're all rigged up. The blocks and everything all rigged up and everything. You can see the massive rails on there which these guns traveled on. We get a little closer here. That's the main battery right there that you had. 12-inch. They're bored 12 inches, more than 9 inches. These are the mighty guns that sunk the CSS Alabama. I mean, they're very powerful guns for her day. And you see how the stack is. So you see the similarities of that, opposed to the Alabama, as you can see. There's the Alabama right there. The stern section. All the way up to the bow section, to the bow. And back to the Alabama, the Kearsarge again. You can see pretty much the same similarity as that of the CSS Alabama. And this thing's all wood, folks. And I got all the rails up here to the forecastle. As a matter of fact, on the Revell kit, it has the forecastle deck all the way back to here. It's because the Kearsarge went through a few changes during her time. Right after the sinking of the CSS Alabama, she was taken back to Pennsylvania Naval Yard. It was Philadelphia, I mean. And she went on a refit. They had a lot of complaints about the biggest problem, reason why, is about the forecastle deck out further than the way it was actually. This is actually the Kearsarge at her prototype launching, how she was on her forecastle and everything. I could have scanned back, folks, to get a little more clarity right here. And reason why, because you had a lot of ships. They wanted to mount more artillery on top of the deck. Put a 32 pounder on there. And since they got more personnel going forward, you can have more working by taking this much more of the deck this way and bring it over this way. That way you can man the fife rails a lot easier than running down the ladder ways, going down in between the laying benches to the fife rails to man your sails. The stack arrangement like that is almost like that of the CSS Alabama, except it don't have a crossover bridge wing like the Alabama has. That's another difference too, with similarities. What's different? Other than that, folks, you know, she's the Kearsarge in all her glory. We'll turn over here on her starboard side. It's all good here. Yeah, you can see all the Veldrum guns on there, the fife rails on the mast right there. I'm starting on the rigging right now, folks, as you can see. I got the backstays on the mainmast and also the foremast. And I got all the rigging done pretty much on the headgear, and it needs to be tuned up here and there. So I'm pretty much dusted off, folks. Right after I made the video of the CSS Alabama. So anyway, folks, when I was applying to on the Kearsarge on the forecastle deck, they took this part of the deck here and they extended it more this way. So if you guys got the Revell kit, you'll see the comparison. I mean, the similarities between the Revell and the old 1957 kit of the Sterling kit, which is all wood, of the Kearsarge. Okay, folks, we'll turn this thing around a little bit to its normal the way it was before. Straighten the camera yours truly and finish up the video. Apologize, fellas, for the movement of the camera out here. Just trying to do two things at once, and believe you me and cameras don't get along too good. As you can see in the background, I got the CSS Alabama, and I got the USS Kearsarge. So the USS Kearsarge is going to be one of my winter builds this year. I'll get it all done. So I got the box over there right in front of me. I made an inspection of all the parts, see if they're all there. The instructions are there. All the rigging line cordage is there. And next to sundry parts that had not been assembled on this kit yet are still there too. So I'm good to go. So I got the Denmark going. I got this going. I got to finish up my Charles Morgan. And I got to get hot out of Arizona, guys. So tomorrow I'm going to start on my Arizona and start getting that thing going, get a couple of videos of that. And so right after this video, I'm going to go ahead and start working on Jake Cutler's across the pond, his Dakota C-47 Dakota group build. So if any fellas got any builds you'd like to be able to get into, give that man some support and you jump on his group build. I'm pretty sure Steve will be very happy about that. Okay, guys, we'll get back to the camera, and well, heck, I'm here anyway, so I might as well. Anyway, fellas, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. May God bless. And the next video will probably be Tuesday on the CSS Alabama. And so I'm putting this to the side. This is going to be my winter build, so I ain't gonna worry too much about this. I just broke it out, just make an entry for what's shaking for winter time. So I'm going to get hot on that C-47 right now. So anyway, folks, this concludes my entry of my one of my winter builds, the USS Kearsarge, the sloop of war. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. May God bless, and stay tuned and make Mama happy. And stay tuned this Tuesday for update number 4 of my CSS Alabama. And probably by Wednesday, I'll have a video of my C-47 Dakota, so how much I got on that. And hop back on the CSS Alabama again and get her prepared for her running the standing rigging. And the rest will be history. Okay, guys, once more again, this is Frankie Day signing off. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. May God bless. Again, make Mama happy, and we'll catch you guys next video. So stay tuned Tuesday for the update number 4 of the CSS Alabama. And Wednesday we'll have the Dakota video on that too. This is Frankie Day signing off. We'll make a look, and take care, fellas. Bye, boys.